Alright, so for today's charting session, let's start off with BNCOM, no, or Bank of Commerce. Now, itong Bank of Commerce, after nung mag-open siya, di ba, nag-IPO tayo dito, nag-conso, it fell severely. It fell. Naghanap tayo ng consolidation dito, around 8 pesos hanggang 8.5. And then eventually, when we broke above 8.5, nagsimula tayo magtulak pataas, approaching the next resistance level here at 10.2. Bakit 10.2 yung next level of resistance? Kasi it acted as support here. And in fact, etong candle na to, kumbaga medyo nagpahinga tayo saglit right above that level before breaking beneath it. Tas sumayaw tayo around that prior to price moving down. So hindi nakakagulat na on the way up, makahanap tayo ng some type of reaction around this area. Now, I am not entirely sure why BNCOM was requested. If you're looking for a potential entry, then I would argue that from a risk-reward perspective, medyo tagilid na tayo ng konti, no? Perhaps see what price does after we break above 10.2, kung mangyari man yon. If we can start holding above it, then perhaps we can push back higher, take out this inefficient move, fill the gap, or come back to this previous level of support here. Pero syempre, lahat yon speculative pa, no? We don't know what's gonna happen sa market moving forward. Another potential scenario dito is perhaps we could consolidate here right beneath the previous level of resistance para lang meron tayong foundation, kumbaga. And if we do get a breakout, then perhaps we can use that area as a potential place to lean on for our trade idea to see if we can push further to the upside from there. However, where we are right now, again, para sa akin lang to, no? Alam nyo naman, very conservative ako mag-trade eh. I would rather wait for further development before jumping in para lang makakita ako ng added confirmation because right now, the risk-reward is atrocious. So next tignan naman natin yung dito, no? Now tong dito kung titignan natin since yung nandito, 'di ba? Naka-textbook downtrend tayo, meaning we've been forming high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and so on, no? Tuloy-tuloy lang siya, hindi ko na-drawingin yung lahat, but it's been very textbook and so far wala pa tayong sign na meron tayong reversal na pwedeng maganap kasi wala pa nagbabago sa overall structure niya. Meaning, the lower highs and lower lows just keep coming. Alam ko, nagkaroon tayo ng slight push here. A lot of people got excited. But, by and large, wala naman nagbago eh. Diba? Ito pa rin yung high mo, tas nag-form ka pa rin ng lower low, ito pa rin yung high mo, lower low, and so on. So, ito, potential lower high in play pa rin. And even if we did push a little higher, diba, we'll have to wait and see then kung ano itsura ng structure bago natin ma-assess at masabi kung meron nga ba talagang quote-unquote pagbabago sa simoy ng hangin. Right now, what we can say is dito is trapped within this range between 3.49 hanggang 4.06 and it's just simply moving sideways with no real sign of volume as of late. Now, alam naman natin sigurong lahat na medyo the company has been taking hits left and right, no? Hindi ko na iisa-isahin yon, hindi ko na ipo-point out. But siguro ang pinakamagandang gawin natin dito is to simply wait. Kung kunwari nakita natin na mabasag tayo to the downside, we break beneath itong 3.41, then the expectation is we likely push lower, revisiting this previous area of support at 3.11. However, if we can come back up, retake tong 4.06 na area, then maybe we can start trading within this range between 4.06 to 4.43. Also, that would widen the range na hindi lang tong area na to, na perhaps we'll be trading within this larger range here moving forward. Pero syempre ngayon, hindi pa po natin nakikita yon kasi hindi pa naman tapos. 'Di ba? Wala pang karugtong kumbaga yung kwento ng chart. Hindi pa natin nakikita yung context moving forward. If we can come back and as I said kanina, reclaim tong 4.43. Number 1, syempre it opens up this higher range here. Number 2, we'll need to reassess kung nakakaroon ba tayo ng some type of reversal na pwede nating pagsamantalahan or i-trade moving forward. Next, tignan naman natin tong tech, no? Now, tong tech, bumalik yung price here sa previous level of resistance prior to this candle breaking out, 'di ba? So bumalik tayo dyan, nakahanap tayo ng some type of reaction. And now it remains to be seen rather, kung ano yung potential na mangyayari next. So far, we have been grinding a little higher dito sa tech. Ang next level of strong resistance for me, assuming mabasag natin tong 3.48, kasi di ba nagka-attempt tayo dito pero hindi tumuloy eh. Assuming mabasag yan, meron tayong level of supply na naghihintay dito sa taas, tong white zone na to. And if we can break above tong 3.69, that opens up this wider range above hanggang potentially around 4.16. Okay? So sana mag-hold tayo dito and we can start pushing higher moving forward para do sa mga nakasakay, lalo na nakita natin may high volume dito, kumbaga mag-pay off yung investment nila dito sa tech. Now, what we do need to watch out for, number one, is nandyan pa rin yung potential na mag-form tayo ng head and shoulders pattern around this area. So, konting ingat-ingat lang in case that does form. And kung hindi man mag-form yon, kailangan pa rin po natin mag-ingat. Let's say na price comes back down, breaks beneath this purple zone, test it from underneath, mag-hold yan, roll over. Then number one na pwedeng mangyari is ma-fill tong gap na to na hindi pa na-fill before. And number two is mabalikan natin tong level of support at 2.53. And at that point, it's highly likely na papangit na yung overall na itsura ng chart. I say highly likely kasi it's still possible, albeit medyo malabo, na magkaroon tayo ng mahabang wick pababa at biglang bawiin pataas, di ba? It's unlikely that happens, but it could happen. It's not impossible. Alright? So, it depends what happens next dito eh. Kung magpatuloy yung grind pataas, edi syempre, that's good, no? Lalo na sa mga bulls sa tech because of yung mga news lately regarding sa technology, microchips, what have you, silicone stuff, di ba? So, basta para sa akin, ang napakahalaga dito, kasi kung ma-break mo tong 3.48, it's not the biggest of deals. I really want to see 3.7 taken out para we can play within a larger range dito sa taas. And yung mga naka-invest sa kanya ng mas mababa can likely breed some sigh of relief. Diba? Kahit konti, maliit lang ha, huwag masyadong malaki, baka ma-jinx eh. Basta, kailangan lang natin ingatan, huwag mabasag tong purple zone na to. At kung sakali man na mag-form yung head and shoulders pattern, at least alam natin na pwede mangyari yon. And we can potentially start anticipating what we want to do in case it does happen. Now, itong AGI, honestly, I was looking for it to come back and tag tong white zone sa baba. Like we discussed before, no? It's been quite some time since we looked at this, but I was honestly waiting for it to come back down dito sa demand zone sa baba. However, as you can see, we bounced a little bit before that. Price moved higher, came back down, formed a level of support here at 8.86. Tapos, nagbuo tayo ng parang range dyan, di ba? Tapos on this candle here, we broke above 10 pesos and we started pushing higher. And today, bumalik tayo dito sa level of demand, dito sa area of consolidation na to. And in fact, we tagged it roughly tick perfect. Diba? Nakahanap tayo na reaction from there. Now, ano yung mga potential scenarios na pwede nating i-anticipate dito sa AGI, no? First, kung bumaba tayo, i-reclaim natin tong 10 pesos and we start holding beneath it. Okay, tapos mag-roll, basagin niya yung swing low na yon. Then highly likely, the next step would be for price to revisit tong 8.86. Yung nangyari dito will become some type of overshoot and this might become a tradable range between 8.86 hanggang 10 pesos. Okay? However, let's say from here, price takes out tong demand zone, supply zone natin and actually moves higher. I still wouldn't be very ecstatic kasi right above this, we're coming into this section of previous lows eh. Kung titingnan natin, this is an inflection area. It has acted as resistance, support, 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 resistance, 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 resistance. Naubusan na ako ng hininga, di pa ako natapos sa resistance. No? So, it's a decent area na kung umabot man tayo dyan, hindi naman siguro nakakabigla. Kung makahanap tayo ng decent reaction off of there. Meaning, we could come up there, tapos see some type of pullback, and then we can try to see from there what price does moving forward. Meaning, kung mabasag niya tong area na to, then that's good. It opens up all these areas up above, diba? Yung mga naiwan na highs from before. Pero kung kunwari na untog dyan and we start pushing lower, then the next thing that we need to look at is, okay, saan to pwedeng pumunta? Kung nag-pullback to, ano ang klaseng pullback na gusto kong makita para masabi ko na bullish pa rin ako sa AGI? Diba? Syempre right now, hindi ko pa masagot yung katanungan na yun kasi hindi pa nangyayari. Diba? I need to see it happen. I need to see it developing in order to answer that question. Pero what I do know is where we are right now isn't the best place to get in. At least not for me. Once again, because A, the risk-reward is atrocious, and B, nauntog tayo dun sa exact area na ini-expect ko na pwede niyang pag-untugan. So, do I really want to come in knowing that resistance is right there? Diba? It's not always about, do I think tataas to or do I think bababa to? Part lang yun eh. Ang tanong dyan lagi is, tanggap mo ba na hindi sigurado ang resulta ng isang trade? At kung tanggap mo yon, ano ang mga pwede mong gawin to try and help mitigate or to try and help control na hindi mapasama yung account mo kung sakali man na hindi mangyari yung gusto mo? Now, for me, ang isa sa mga paraan para gawin yon is yung risk-reward. And since the risk-reward here isn't all that great, I would rather wait and see how things shape up before I decide whether or not I want to jump in dito sa AGI. Now, kunwari, nakabili kayo dito somewhere closer to the bottom, syempre, congratulations sa inyo, no? Just be wary do sa mga pwedeng mangyari na scenarios para kung mangyari man yung ayaw natin mangyari, hindi kayo makatch unaware. And then finally, tignan po natin tong IMI. Now, tong IMI, I know a lot of people are excited about it as well. Kasi nga gumagalaw yung tech and the expectation is usually, kung gumagalaw yon medyo damay-damay. Yung ION, SSP, IMI, and so on, no? So, what we can see right now is number one, yung possibly nagpo-form tayo ng medyo weird na shape na inverse head and shoulders pattern. Number two, even if you don't like that, we are currently consolidating in this area somewhere around 6.6 hanggang mga 7.3. Now, kung sabihin natin from here, we can actually break above this area of resistance between 7.3 to 7.5. I think it opens up this area here hanggang mga 8.05 na pwedeng laruin, no? I'm not saying it's gonna be the best of trades, pero yung natural range na pwede nating puntahan would be upon break nitong area na to is dito na. Diba? Kung mabasag pati yung 8.05, then that broadens things even further. Baka balikan natin yung mga highs na naiwan before, pero syempre, wag natin sobrang pangunahan, let's take it one step at a time. Now, ang ayaw nating makita dito sa IMI is if price breaks down and takes out this area of support here between 6.39 hanggang 6.58. Kung mabasag yan, test from underneath, hold, roll over, then highly likely ang babalikan natin next is tong support at around 5.81. And if that breaks, then syempre bago tayong 52-week low, bagong sakit ng ulo, we're gonna have to wait and see what price does from there from a structural standpoint before we can determine what we can do next. For now, kung bullish kayo ng IMI, you want to see price either yun nga, mag-consolidate dito, or break above this area of resistance sooner rather than later para mag-open up talaga yung chart niya. If that happens, we'll come back and take a look at IMI again. Pero for now, ayaw ko lang sobrang pangunahan, diba? Kasi tignan natin yung volume, wala pa rin naman ganong ka-increase sa number of participants, diba? Yung value traded, di pa rin ganong kalaki. Albeit, syempre, admittedly, mas mataas konti lately than before. And that's because meron nga tayong kahit papanong fundamental driver. Alright? But for now, yun yung hinihintay ko from a technical standpoint dito sa IMI. So guys, dito po nagtatapos yung video natin, no? I hope nakatulong po to sa inyo kahit konti and may natutunan kayo kahit papano. And if so, I would really appreciate it if you give this video a like and consider subscribing to my channel. And as always guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!